Hello everyone, welcome to the US Immigration. For many applicants watching the naturalization path, the step toward US citizenship feels like it should be a clear line. You meet the eligibility, you submit your application, you pass your interview, and you're sworn in. But right now in 2025, things are shifting. The line is still there, but the shape of it is changing. And what used to qualify as good enough may no longer cut it. In this video, we'll take a close look at major upcoming changes to how U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services (USCIS) intends to evaluate naturalization applications, specifically how officers may gain new tools to deny citizenship based on character, and what that could mean for your application now and in the future.
If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it, so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now, let's get into the video.
At the heart of the naturalization process is the requirement to show you have been and continue to be a person of good moral character for the statutory period, typically 5 years or 3 years if you qualify through marriage. That standard has always existed. But on August 15, 2025, USCIS released a policy memorandum that redefines how officers must assess good moral character. So, what's changed? In the past, showing no major crimes, having legal status, paying your taxes, and just being present in the United States might have been enough. But now, USCIS is asking for more. They want to see positive attributes, community involvement, stable employment, financial responsibility, and family engagement. And they're also expanding what counts as bad character, even when no crime was actually committed. Let's walk through how this actually plays out in real-life terms and what you, as someone considering U.S. citizenship, really need to know. First off, officers will have greater discretion to deny applications even when the obvious statutory bars aren't present. The memo says USCIS officers should take a totality of the circumstances approach, rather than just ticking boxes. So, this means even things like repeated traffic infractions, poor tax compliance, or a weak employment history could be weighed as part of your character assessment. Second, what once might have been minor issues are now under new light. For example, we've heard from immigration attorneys that multiple DUIs or uncontrolled financial issues could now be treated as conditional bars, while not automatically disqualifying under statute, yet the practical effect is increased risk, especially ahead of the changes. Third, the naturalization test itself may be on the axis of change. The current administrator of USCIS has indicated a desire for tougher civic and English tests and deeper evaluation of who qualifies for U.S. citizenship. While no official change has been fully implemented yet, these signals matter because they hint that an application filed today may undergo less scrutiny than one filed later under stricter conditions. Here are the key shifts you need to internalize. The requirement period remains 5 years or 3 years through marriage, but the evaluation standard for good character is now more demanding. USCIS now explicitly considers both positive attributes, like community service, family caregiving, and employment, and negative behavior, even if it's lawful but inconsistent with civic responsibility. The memo says that even technically lawful behavior, if it suggests a lifestyle inconsistent with the average citizen in the community, may count against you. Examples given include reckless or habitual traffic infractions. So, while these changes are technically just guidance for now and haven't actually led to new regulations in most cases, attorneys are already warning that the practical effect is being felt. Officers are starting to ask more questions, they're requesting more documentation, and honestly, they're putting a lot more emphasis on your full story. So, what's the practical takeaway for you? Well, if you're eligible or even just about eligible for naturalization, it's worth thinking about your timing. If you qualify today, you might want to consider applying now instead of waiting, because if the policy does become more stringent and test changes are rolled out, your window for a less strict review could close. Before you go ahead and apply, make sure your record is clean, not just when it comes to major crimes, but also things like financial obligations, tax filings, traffic records, community engagement, and your employment history. The stronger your story of positive contribution, the better off you'll be. And really, document everything. That means volunteer work, leadership roles, a steady work history, caregiving, stuff like that. When the focus shifts to contribution, having solid evidence becomes absolutely key. If you have past minor issues, like traffic tickets, older DUIs, tax liens, or even extended travel abroad, it's a good idea to consult with an immigration attorney about whether your case may be at risk and how best to present it. You should know that the naturalization test may be toughening. While nothing final is public yet, signals suggest longer question sets, possibly computer-based testing, and maybe even a new essay component. If that happens, preparing early definitely gives you an advantage. It's also worth understanding the broader context here. This shift reflects larger policy priorities under the Donald Trump-era leadership and a renewed emphasis on immigration system integrity. The Trump administration's footprint in immigration is shaping how USCIS operates, and naturalization is now squarely part of that. In short, US citizenship remains a major milestone, but the process is becoming more demanding. The path is still accessible, but the criteria are evolving and the stakes are higher. Your application isn't just evaluated on, do you meet the checkboxes anymore? It's increasingly, who are you in your community? What have you done for your country? How responsible are you as a resident and potential citizen? If you're ready to apply, good. Move ahead, but do so with full awareness and full preparation. If you're not yet ready, consider using this period to strengthen your case, volunteer, stabilize your employment, clear any outstanding tax or legal issues, and build a story of positive involvement. Applying today could give you a strategic advantage before stricter rules become standard. If you are uncertain about your eligibility or want someone experienced to review your situation, consider consulting a trusted immigration attorney. Applying today could give you a strategic advantage before stricter rules become standard. If you are uncertain about your eligibility or want someone experienced to review your situation, consider consulting a trusted immigration attorney. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration Hub channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas, such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Immigration Hub channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next.